What's up, guys? It's your boy T-Wit, and we're back with another training type tip thing. We're gonna talk about post-workout nutrition, just like it says in the title, and what the best type of way to do post-workout nutrition, and what works, what doesn't work, and why. Uh, a lot of people always go, okay, well, what should I take after my workout? Or, how long should I wait to eat? Or, that type of thing. My opinion is, based off of what I've read, um, what I've heard accomplished people say, in the sport, all that stuff. And so, uh, what I think is that post workout, immediately you should have a protein shake. Um, or Yeah, like a lot of people don't believe in protein shakes. I don't think they're necessary, but I really do think that post workout, a protein shake is one of the best things you can do for your body. Because what it does is it automatically is going to go to that muscle because the muscle's filled with blood, and it's going to start rebuilding that muscle to help you recover faster, help you grow, because that's what the protein's doing. With that, I think what's really necessary with the protein is to add like a glutamine or maybe a creatine, something like that. But add another supplement to that to really aid in the recovery process. I think glutamine is the best amino acid to do so. And so I love glutamine, and so I always add that into my post-workout shake if I have the money to do it. I'm a college student right now and I'm broke, so I don't. But yeah, so I think a protein shake, as soon as you're done working out, you should have it ready to go in your bag, ready to mix, and chug it. And then about 45 minutes to an hour later, go and have a post-workout meal. You can do 30 minutes later, but I think it's imperative to make sure that protein shakes really digested and absorbed before you start to add more food into the body. Also, what it'll do is it'll allow your metabolism to stay a little bit fast, up faster, rather than it, having to continuously work for that long and then automatically shut it down. So what happens is you have the protein shake, it's digesting, and then 35 minutes later, right when your metabolism's like, okay, I can rest now, it's like, boom, okay, it has to work again. And so that's why that's why as bodybuilders, we eat every 2 to 3 hours, because it allows the metabolism to continue to work, but not like so hard where you're just going to feel like crap all day. So that's why we do that. So I think a post-workout meal after your shake, about 45 minutes to an hour after, is the best timing. Now with that, you should have a good, really good source of carbs. Preferably a faster digesting carb than a slower one. Primarily because of the fact that if you're able to have that carb digest quicker and be absorbed, you're actually going to restore your glycogen stores in your muscles faster, which will aid in recovery as well. Spike your insulin, spike your overall growth in that muscle. And then it doesn't have to necessarily be a lean, a super lean meat. Like, it doesn't have to be chicken or fish, but obviously a really good source of protein. And then your veggies is a really good source of just good, overall post-workout meal. And so, that's, very, very, traditional for any type of meal as a bodybuilder or as a fitness athlete. Some sort of carb, a good source of protein, and your vegetables. And then obviously 2.5 hours, go ahead and eat again. But yeah, so I think that is the best way to do it. A lot of people say, like Rich Piana, if you go watch all of his Bigger by the Day videos, his whole thing was have a carb shake with, and a carb protein shake right after your workout. And his uh, you know, logic behind it was what's going to happen is because you have all that blood in that muscle. You're gonna if you put a good source of carbs right after your workout, you're gonna push all of your all of that glycogen to that muscle, and it's gonna really fill that muscle up and grow it and use insulin to grow that muscle, and then all the protein's gonna go with it and all this stuff, right? Um, and so he would do egg whites, and then his real food product, which is actually not a bad product. It just costs more money than buying a thing of oats and grinding that up and putting that in a shake. The egg whites is nice because you don't have to buy a protein shake for it. You can just buy egg whites. And so that's what I've told people, if you want to do a protein shake after your workout, but you don't want to go buy this giant tub of protein, that's going to be super expensive, buy a giant tub of egg whites from Costco and use that. Or Muscle Egg, or 24-hour 24/7 egg. All of those products are really, really good. You can just use that. And the cool thing about egg whites is they take whatever flavor you put in. So if you wanted to put in like a flavored amino acid, it would take that flavor. If you wanted to put some protein, if you want to put some peanut butter in there, you can. I don't recommend the peanut butter necessarily because it's going to slow down the digestion of the egg whites. But, anything. And the egg whites don't taste like anything. So if you wanted to just drink the straight egg whites, it's fine. The reason I don't think that carbs post-workout is the best is because the research that I've seen, that I've done on the internet and stuff, not on forums, like real research, is what happens is as soon as you put carbs in your body, your insulin goes up. And when your insulin goes up, guess what goes down? Your growth hormone. And so post-workout, people can believe it or not, but that your growth hormone naturally is at its highest during that 25-minute, however long it is, period, post-workout. And so why shut that growth hormone down when it's and not utilize it? You can wait to have carbs an hour later, and utilize the growth hormone that you had at post-workout and the insulin at the in the same period. If you do both, what happens is you're not utilizing the growth hormone at its fullest potential. And so that's what I think. I think just using the straight protein, an isolate or a hydro isolate, is the best way to do it. Now, that gives me to another point about the protein. If you go buy a protein, I implore you to look at the actual ingredients in the protein. So you turn the bottle around, you go down, you look at the ingredients. It should say whey protein blend or whey protein. In parentheses, it'll tell you what the first type of protein is. If it's concentrate, don't buy it. Because that protein is going to sit in your system for 50 minutes, and you're only going to absorb about 50 to 60% of that protein. It's not good. Not the greatest source of protein. If it's isolate, you can buy it. If it's a hydro isolate, it's going to be much more expensive, but it's the highest quality protein we have on the market. That is the protein that you want. A hydro isolate that is going to digest within 20 minutes, and you're going to absorb 90% of the protein. That's what you want. And so when you're looking at the protein, make sure it says that. Now, if it's a blend, if it's like isolate and concentrate, that's fine. You're at least getting some protein isolate there. And protein is protein, but you want it to digest quickly. That's the idea of whey, is to get in there, get into your system, get to your muscles by the time that you need it. So that's what I recommend, is going and doing that. And make sure you buy a protein that has full label disclosure. I believe that some of the companies like NutraBio, the Jim Stoppani products, what else? I think there's few proteins out there that are full label disclosure. Look at those, because those you're really able to see, okay, I know exactly what I'm getting in my product, rather than, oh, well, I'm getting 24 grams of protein, but there's 36 grams per scoop. Or like the scoop is 36 grams. That's the size of it. How does that make sense? Where are the other 12 grams? What is it? Is it carbs? Is it just sugar? What is it? And so I think knowing what's in the product is the best. So bottom line, post-workout nutrition, as soon as you're done, have a shake, some type of shake, whether it's egg whites, whether it's just a protein shake, something to get protein into your system. Don't use the carbs, because the carbs are going to lower your GH and you're not going to be able to utilize the GH that you need to grow. Then an hour later, go have a really good source of protein and a really, really good source of carbs that can digest quickly. Don't go have bread or, anything like that. Go have like a good type of rice, some sweet potatoes, some oatmeal, anything like that is going to be better than all these other crappy carbs out there. So go have that, have your veggies, and that is a great post-workout meal. Last thing I'm going to touch on, which I didn't say I was, but I feel like I should, is the pre-workout meal. What should it be, and how should you take that? Well, there's a lot of different ways you can do this. I believe that an hour before your workout, you should have a pretty, decent meal. Good some protein, some carbs, and that's all you need. Some people, you like a half hour before, if you're really stressed for time, you can do like 2 rice cakes with some peanut butter and honey in the middle and eat that, and that'll digest within 30 minutes before your workout. But if you're able to, an oatmeal. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll mix my protein with my oatmeal and I'll eat that. Or doing something like, having some chicken and some rice an hour and 15 minutes before, maybe an hour and a half before. That's a really good pre-workout meal too. You just have to make sure that your body's going to be able to digest that food before your workout starts. If your body is still focusing on digesting your food while you're working out, you're actually not going to be able to utilize all the energy you need for your workouts. Your workout's going to suffer. And when your workout suffers, well then, what's the point of all of this? The workouts is what is what everything hinges on. If you're not able to have a good workout, then the nutrition side isn't going to aid anything. Does that make sense? So just make sure you're eating something that is digestible before your workout. If you have 15 minutes before your workout and you feel hungry, well, you just train. You might go, make sure you have some aminos or something with you so you're not going super catabolic. But it's better to train on an empty stomach than a full stomach, in my opinion. And overall, you're just going to have a better workout. Also, if you're full while you're working out, you're going to feel like absolute crap. When I'm full, if I'm full and I'm like going to train legs, I can't squat. I can't do leg presses. I can't do lunges because my stomach hurts. It's full. My body's like, dude, what are you doing? Stop. I'm trying to digest. Don't work out. It's just, your workouts suffer if you're full. So make sure you're able to digest that food before you go work out. Bottom line, make sure you're eating something good. Make sure you're doing the right things. Make sure you research this stuff and think about it. Think about the logic behind what I'm saying. So that's it for me today, guys. T-Flex Fitness on YouTube. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram at tflex_bodybuilding. Hit subscribe. Really appreciate it. Hit the like button. Comment what you think about it. Go ahead and ask me questions in the comment section. Ask me questions on Instagram, whatever. And that's it. Peace.